Hello guys, today we discuss where did the first Catholic Mass take place in the Philippines. The popularity of knowing where the first happened in the history has been an easy way to realize history, but this case study will not focus on the significance on the site of the first Catholic Mass in the Philippines, but rather use it as a historiographical exercise in the utilization of evidence interpretation and reading historical events. Okay, first, why it is important to know where the first Mass in the PH happened. It is very important because it contributes to the understanding of cultural heritage and national identity. It is also provide insights about the development of Catholicism in the PH, and lastly, it highlights the important religious events and their impact on our communities. There are two primary sources in identifying the site of the first Mass. First is logbook kept by Francisco Albo. Francisco Albo is a pilot of one of Magellan's ship. And the other one is the account by Antonio Pigafetta. Antonio Pigafetta is member of Magellan Expedition and an eyewitness of events. Itong dalawang sources na to ang magsisilbing daan para malaman talaga natin kung saan naganap ang first mass. There are three alleged locations of the first mass. The first one is Masao. Sonia Saide identified that the first mass in the Philippines held at Masao, Butuan. Sonia Saide, based on the diary of Antonio Pigafetta, Chronicle of Magellan Voyage. The second location is in Bolinao. Franciscan, a missionary explorer, believed that in around 1324, many Pangasinenses celebrated the first Mass in Bolinao Bay. And the last location is in Limasawa, Southern Leyte. Based on Francisco logbook and Antonio Pigafetta testimony, the first Mass is held at Limasawa, Southern Leyte. Of all the places mentioned before, Limasawa is the most liable because, according to the Francisco Albo and Antonio Pigafetta accounts, the NHCP declared that Limasawa is the site of the first Mass in the Philippines. Okay, today we will discuss case study 2. What happened to Cavite Mutiny? The Cavite Mutiny was an uprising of Filipino military personnel of Fort San Felipe the Spanish arsenal in Cavite, Philippine Islands on January 20, 1872. Around 200 locally recruited colonial troops and laborers rose up in the belief that it would elevate to a national uprising. So ang Cavite Mutiny, naganap ito sa Cavite Arsenal. Ang arsenal ang pagawaan ng mga armas at sandata or anything na ginagamit sa labanan o digmaan. Nagkaroon ng revolt or pag-aalsa sa pamumuno ni Sergeant La Madrid. Pag sinabing mutiny, it is a revolt among group of people who want to oppose or overthrow specific organization. Usually mga soldiers ang namumuno dito. Okay, the question is, bakit nagkaroon ng Cavite Mutiny? The reason is kung bakit nagkaroon ng Cavite Mutiny ay dahil tinanggalan ng Spanish government yung mga Pilipino na nagtatrabaho sa Cavite Arsenal ng privileges rights. Second is tinaasan ng buwis o tax ang mga Pilipino na nagtatrabaho sa Cavite Arsenal. Kaya doon, nagalit ang mga workers sa Cavite Arsenal. Yun ang naging reason ba't nag-alsa sila. According naman sa Governor General Rafael Izquierdo, nagpaplano na ang mga Pilipino ng revolusyon para pabagsakin ang government ng Spain. Dahil doon, pinatay nila yung mga involved sa Cavite Mutiny para di na dumami ang pag-aalsa sa government ng Spain. Yun ang ginawa ng Spanish government. Bakit nga ba nadawit or nadamay ang Gombursa sa Cavite Mutiny? Ayon sa Spanish government, Gombursa, the mastermind, they recruit people in saying that they have Lord behind them. God support, they say. People resulted to secularization movement. This was the reason for Cavite Mutiny in the Spanish version. On February 17, 1872, Gombursa executed. The Gombursa execution happened in February 17, 1872. Okay guys, we will discuss case study 3. Did Rizal retract? It is understandable, therefore, that any piece of writing from Rizal that presents everything he wrote against the friars and the Catholic Church in the Philippines could deal heavy damage to his image as a prominent Filipino revolutionary. Such document purportedly exists, allegedly signed by Rizal a few hours before his execution. This document referred to as the retraction. The retraction declares Rizal's belief in the Catholic faith and retracts everything he wrote against the church. So, ano nga ba ang retraction? Ang retraction, ito ang pagbawi o sa madaling salita, pagsisisi sa ginawa mo sa isang tao o sa grupo ng mga tao. Rizal Retraction. I declare myself a Catholic, and in this religion in which I was born and educated, I wish to live and die. I retract with all my heart whatever in my words, writings, publications, and conduct has been contrary to my character as son of the Catholic Church. I believe and I confess whatever she teaches, and I submitted to whatever she demands. I abominate Masonry as the enemy which is of the Church and as a society prohibited by the Church. The diocesan prelate may, as the superior ecclesiastical authority, make public this spontaneous manifestation of mine in order to repair the scandal which my acts have caused, and so that God and people may pardon me. Here are the 5 evidence that Roman Catholic Church that Rizal really retract. The first evidence is the retraction paper discovered in 1935. The second one is Rizal recited prayer book Acts of Faith, Hope, and Charity. This book offered to Rizal after he signed the retraction document. The third evidence is the testimony of the Jesus priest to force Rizal sign the retraction document. The fourth one, before Rizal executed, he prayed and confessed in the church. And the last evidence of the Catholic Church is Rizal wanted to get married in Catholic Church before he died. Narito ang ilang ebidensya na si Rizal ay hindi talaga nag-retract. Una ay yung pag-amin ng mismo ng taong gumawa ng pekeng dokumento kay Antonio Abad noong August 13, 1901. Sinabi niya na napag-utusan lang at binayaran lang ng pari para gawin yon. Ang others evidence naman ay di lumabas yung retraction paper bago mag 1935. In short, di siya na-publicize. Kahit yung pamilya niya, di ito nakita. At wala din nakitang patunay na ikinasal si Rizal kay Josephine sa Catholic Church. At ito ang ilang mga evidence na nagpapatunay na si Rizal ay di talaga nag-retract. Di na ngayon mahalaga kung nag-retract siya o hindi. Ang mahalaga sa ngayon ay madami siyang naitulong at naituro sa ating mga Pilipino. Kaya siya ang ating pambansang bayani. Okay guys, we will discuss where did the cry of rebellion happen? Case study par. Okay, first, the term cry denoted the first clash between the Katipuneros and the civil guards and the tearing up of their community tax certificate, which was accompanied by their patriotic shouts to defy their commitment and loyalty to Spain. However, there are different places and dates that in contention on where and when the Cry Rebellion occurred. The first one is officer of the Spanish Guardia Civil, Lieutenant Olegario Diaz, stated that the cry took place in Balintawak on August 25, 1896. While Teodoro Calao in his 1925 book, The Filipino Revolution wrote that the event took place during the last week of August 1896 at Kangkong, Balintawak. On the other hand, Santiago Alvarez stated in 1927 that the cry took place in Bahay Toro, now in Quezon City, on August 24, 1896. While Pio Lawin stated that the cry happened in Pugad Lawin on August 23, 1896. And Gregorio Saide stated on his books in 1954 that the cry happened in Balintawak on August 26, 1896. There are different statements of where the Cry Rebellion happened, but with the accounts presented, there is a remarkable disagreement to where and when the cry happened. By using primary and secondary sources. By using primary and secondary sources, it happened in four places: Balintawak, Kangkong, Pugadlawin, and lastly Bahay Toro. While the dates differ, 23, August 23, August 24, August 25, and lastly August 26, 1896. The differences is due to Bonifacio movement from different places from time to time in evading the Spanish government who were pursuing the Katipuneros.